Hi guys, well I'm back up at the bunker, long time no see, few catastrophes and whatever, but we're back in action. Today I'm going to actually go through and unpack a backpack dredge, do an unboxing on a Keene's backpack dredge. This is going to a couple of guys who are setting up a mining lease up in the mountains here. Well, not up in the mountains, it's actually quite a ways away from here, so they're coming and doing a bit of training and learning how to use it. But let's go through. I've got the boxes here. We're going to unbox them and have a look at what we've got. So we start off with, I guess, number one box. So we've got a hose here. We've got, looks like our suction hose for our supply to the pump. We've got our actual suction hose up to the dredge. Got a suction nozzle. This will be like sucking off the bottom of the backpack dredge. Suction filter, very important. It's got this little flap in there, so when you go to use it you can prime the pump. Fantastic idea. I'll just screw this on quite quickly. Good old Keene's engineering, well made stuff, easy to use, and that's our lift pump. Couple of hose clamps. Okay, next box. Super great, well packed. And out she comes. Our little backpack dredge motor. So here it is. It's light, pump similar to a turbo in a car. They're manufactured by Keene's. Super good suction and pumps. You know, these pumps are made for this, so they're fantastic.
So here we are taking out the pontoons. Technical difficulties, but they're great, these pontoons, super strong. Now in the box we've got some extra hoses, suction hose, pressure hose, and geez, I'm working fast at the moment. There's the actual pickup to the sluice box, another suction nozzle, and I tell you what, this is the go, really quickly. Here's the sluice box. Inside we've got the clamps to hold the pontoons, we've got the instructions, we've got all the bolts and fittings, and another little book from Keene's. Yeah, this is pretty good. Let's keep going. What else have we got in here? Oh, we've got the pontoon clamps. Fantastic. Here they go, one. Now let's get in and quickly show you the screws and all the fittings that they supply. They're all neatly wrapped. Shake them out here. Have a look, adjust the camera, quickly open this bag. What's in this bag? More screws. Come around here, put it on a board so you can see all the little fittings. See these two clamps? They hold the sluice box to the pontoons. They're quite important, so you can adjust where the sluice box sits on the pontoon brackets. Here's all your bolts. That's your suction hose, your suction clamp there. Of course, we've got all the manuals. You can see the manuals to show you how to put the thing together, which no one ever reads. They just go off the pictures and try and put the whole thing together as typical males. Yeah, you know, but it explains everything. It's quite good, the instructions. But we, of course, have to modify ours to suit the Philippines because we work in fine gold. Okay, here I am working away. I'm going to just cut this open here.
Hey, one of the local guys has just dropped in. He's got his two-way. Up here, there's no actual telephone service or anything, so you have to use two ways. That's how we communicate. And to give you an idea, this guy lives over there in the jungle. Doesn't speak much English, but he's keeping a good eye on me, seeing what I'm up to. Tools required. Leatherman. Like any good miner, little toolkit, a couple of shifters, pair of vice grips, a torch. That's good that it's working. A couple of screwdrivers. Let's get this out. Let's get this thing done. Basic toolkit to get you out of trouble to build this thing. Okay, a disclaimer. If I'm not the most fantastic builder, but let's grab this end plate, and what we're going to do is fix this particular bit of channel onto the end plate here and place that bracket on the top of it there. So this is the first stage of putting the frame together. Okay, we've bolted this bit on. Let's start moving on to attaching the frame rails. We're here and we're just putting the last touches to the dredge. Everyone sort of that I talk to with these things has got their own different way of sort of putting it together. So it all depends how, if you're going to drag it round or pack it up and carry it on your back. You can build it multiple different ways. I find for us, building this subframe that the pontoons are bolted to is the easiest way, and make it rock solid. You know, don't disconnect the pontoons. It's too much of a frigging hassle, to be honest, but most of the time you can carry this, as you'll see when we put it together, with the pontoons in place. You know, I've carried these things up creeks and all over the places, just this pontoon frame. So I'd recommend fixing the pontoons permanently in place in this frame. 90% of people, I think, do. There is an opportunity not to fix the pontoons and make it so you just clip them in, clip them out, which is great because they do weigh quite a bit. But at the end of the day, my option is fix these rock solid so you can just move it around. That's what I'm going to do now. Sliding the pontoons into place. At the moment, the frame's pretty all over the place. But in a few minutes, once we bolt this up, it's going to be rock solid. The vice grips come in handy. You squeeze that down, it's easy to actually put the bolts and nuts on without trying to, because you're putting some tension on the bands that are going around the pontoon. So we're just tightening up the pontoon frames at the moment. Everything's looking really good. So, you know, we're just nipping up these middle bolts to actually, you don't want to tighten them too much. You know, they don't need to be tight, they just have to hold the pontoon. So we've just attached the jet, just attached the jet flare, which is this bit here, the actual sluice box. There's a couple of bolts that you put on here, and this slides up into here, of course, like so, to make it so you can remove that easily. These are the clamps that go along the side here. They slip in here and go up to there. So you got two of them through here, through our little outside clamp. I'll find the other one for the other side and put it on. So this means you can remove your sluice box quite easily. So I'm just going to show you, like, this. This is something with us where we mine, it's fine gold, light gold. We don't get a lot of nuggets. Occasionally we do, but we have to get our sluice boxes very flat. So unfortunately, to do that, we actually have to modify the dredge a little bit, but it's not a big deal. We actually move this motor and we move it up a little bit by just extending the bolts. Okay, so we've made these little adjusters to get what we're trying to achieve. For us here, it's not everyone, is to get this sluice box really nearly flat for when we're dredging. That's what we've found is the most effective way of catching fine gold and small gold. And then of course we sit the motor on here, and all it's doing is just, you know, lifting it up a little bit, so it allows you to get your sluice box flatter and not have, you know, it gets a nice angle, motor looks good. Okay, we got the manual for the Honda, but none of us tend to read that. But anyway, there's the how it's sitting, nice and level, firm, and basically that's the construction of the dredge. I'm going to hook the pipes and everything up. I'm just going to top this up with some oil now. So normally when I do our little motors like this, I top them up so they'll just run out of here. So it's got a little dipstick, of course. They don't come with any oil. So I'll just top her up with oil, put a little bit of fuel and see if it starts up. Cross your fingers. get right into it. The you know, getting all that specialised gear. I'll wipe it all over it when I'm finished. Yeah, see that? It's just there, perfect. Just dribbling out. Of course, you're going to have to carry a bit of extra fuel around. Don't be like me and just make a mess. Yes, then we push down on that sucker and it fills it up. Chugga chugga. Only a very small leak, still leaking. And whoa, whoa! I tell you what, fueling up. All this fuel over here is so suspect. Like all your O-rings swell up. You got all of these problems that you shouldn't actually have, that just occur. So if you are out doing this type of thing like me in the middle of nowhere, buying fuel off guys out of Coke bottles on the side of the road, look how many Coke bottles you need to fill that. Alright, there's a lot of tags on this thing saying make sure there's oil, make sure there's that, make sure there's this. Of course, as I've read all of that, I'm going to turn the fuel on, which it is, give it some choke. It's got a little on-off switch around the other side here, just check that. It's off, turn it on. Let's just see how many pulls it takes from nothing. Wow! And there we go. Just let it run for a little bit, warm up. Well, I just flipped the choke off. And we're about to start dredging. Let's just see if she comes up, revs up. Hey, and this isn't split. This is just on the spot, on the fly. Yeah. So I'm just going to hook up this pipe here. Like I said before, this is quite good. This is your suction that primes up the pump. Right, so this water goes in here. It's the same as a turbo on a car. They're really specialised pumps that Keene's do, which is bloody amazing that they can make their own pump housing, and it puts out so much flow. And just they've worked on it for years to get the correct amount of pressure, flow rate, everything. Like, it's a work of art. People don't realise. They think, oh, I'll go down and buy a normal pump. Hey, whoops! Don't run away on me, baby. This is what, if you want the good gear, if you want to get gold, you've got to get the gear. And this stuff is made for gold. So now we've got our prime hose on, and when we get there, as in tomorrow, when I'm showing these newbies how to get gold, which will be a bit of fun, this is what they'll be using. So now I'm just going to hook up the other two hoses. Okay, so we've put this little bit of pipe in here. Now this is our suction pipe, which goes, this is going to be under pressure. It slips into here, and then we clamp this onto it. So we've got these two guys here. Okay. And hey, and a rigging in between. That's okay. So do you want to explain what we got up to today and just show some of the gear that you've got here?
Yeah, sure, no problem, mate. So we got here a backpack dredge, a so-called backpack dredge, and also we have a gold cube, which is perfect for fine gold. All the equipment is perfect for fine gold actually. And we got a high banker over there. And a little bit of bits and pieces over there all belongs to the backpack dredge. And there, of course, we have the good old pants. Doesn't work without that, does it?
So you guys are ready to go out and find some gold down at Mindoro, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Look forward to it. Yeah. So you had a good day today. You understand how everything works, and
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Alan showed us everything, so now we're all set up and good to go, and we're very, very eager to do so.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.